Hi, in this Microsoft Excel tutorial, we're going to learn how to split a single column into multiple columns using a new formula. So previously, we've covered two different ways we can achieve this. And in this particular video, we're going to learn how to use Power Queries. So Power Queries are very powerful features is a very powerful feature in Microsoft Excel. And we are going to learn how to use Power Queries to convert a single column in Microsoft Excel into multiple columns. So if that is something you're interested in, then keep on watching. Hi, I'm Dr. Onya Obed and you're welcome to the channel. On this channel, we put out a lot of videos relating to tech, software, mobile apps, and various data skills. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. As I said earlier, in this video, we're going to learn how to split a single column in Microsoft Excel into multiple columns. But this time around, we are using Power Queries. So let's get into the computer and I'll show you how to use Power Queries to convert a single column to multiple columns. On my screen, as you can see now, I have a sample data where we have the full names of employees, and we want to split these full names into separate names. That's the first names and their last names. And we want to do that using Power Queries. So how do we do it? The first thing to do, usually when you're starting your screen, you have something like this. So you have all the data that you want to deal with in a column, in this instance, column A. Then you want to go ahead and select everything, all the data that you have. If you have so much data, then you can use Control A to select it. But if it's something that you can select, just click within one, hold on Shift, and you can drag down or click on the down arrow to select them. After selecting, click on the data tab up here. Then right under the data tab, we have from table. So one thing you need to know about Power Queries is that this Microsoft Excel considers the data in there as a range by default. So anything that you have put in here is a range. And you want to convert it to a table. So for those of you who have database background, you appreciate this. A table in a database basically it affords you the chance to do a lot of queries. So that's where this Power Query is coming from. We have various data tables, or we have tables that we can query our tables. So we want to convert this range in Excel to tables. So the first thing you do is to click on from table. So from table, once you've selected everything, the only instruction you need to pay attention to here is my table has headers. So this becomes important if you have a header in your table, or if you selected the header in addition to the other data. So if your table has headers, then make sure this is checked. Then click OK. If it is not, then uncheck it. Okay, since I selected the headers as part of it. So it's generating a table for us. Yes, so this is a table that we have gotten. Now we can query it, but Excel makes querying the table very easy. So the next thing we want to do is to split this column. So when you talk about database tables, we always say that a table is made up of columns and rows. So our interest here is to split this particular table into separate columns. So there is a feature up here called split column. Click on it, and we are going to do that using a delimiter. A delimiter basically is something that separates our data. So you realize that for the names that we have, the names are separated with spaces. So the first name is separated with a space from the last name. Therefore, we can go ahead and click by delimiter. Then we'll go to choose the exact delimiter that we are dealing with. So in our case, it is space. So once space is selected, we can go on and click OK. After clicking OK, as you can see here, we have the items separated as we would have wanted. Okay, so these are the columns. The next thing you want to do is to label your column. So I call this first name as I wanted. I'll call this as second name. So, or sorry, last name. So if you realize by double clicking within it, you are able to change the name. So let me call this other names. Okay. Now that this is done, we want to close our table. So we've created a Power Query, and this is by aid of tables in Excel. To close it, the close and load is up here. So click on the drop down side, close and load. Then choose close and load to. So that is what you are going to choose. We want to load this data back into our spreadsheet that we're working with. So close and load to. Click on that. Then we want to work on it around here. Where exactly should this table be placed within our document? So we want it in the existing document. Make sure you select it. So it says select where the data should be loaded. We want it loaded in the existing worksheet. Then we also want to determine exactly where it should be loaded. So click on this. Then you realize that it is replacing this. So if you don't select your own, then it's going to replace that. So we are going to select where we want the data to be loaded. And this is what I do. Now that I've done this selection, so all I did was click within and use the shift and arrow to select the area that we want the data to be loaded to. Then click OK. All right, now I can go ahead and click on load. Good. So as you can see, our data has been loaded. But as I started by saying, now this data is in table. It's a table in Excel. But by default, Excel has the content in a range. So we have to go and convert these tables back to ranges. Okay, so a few things that we need to do here. Make sure you select them. So select the table that has been added. After selecting the table that has been added, just as I've done here, then make sure you have clicked the design tab up here. Once the design tab is clicked, you can see convert to range here. So I've explained the concept already. Click on it, then click on OK to convert it back to range. So the moment we convert it to range, the difference is that you no longer see this drop down icon you used to see with each of them. You no longer see them here. So it means that we'll have to do same with this particular column as well. So go to design and convert to range. Yes. Good. So now we've been able to separate our one or a single column to multiple columns using Power Queries. I hope you've learned something new from this lesson. If you did enjoy the video, give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.